Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria and I'm a financial analyst by trade. I make $73,000 a year. This is my money and makeup series where I do my makeup as well as go over my finances. And today I'm going to be discussing my November budget. So if you like personal finance and budgeting videos, please feel free to stick around while we break this budget down. So like I said, I am a financial analyst at a healthcare company and I make $73,000 per year. And with that, I bring home $2,222 per paycheck. And I get paid semi-monthly, which means that I get paid on the 15th and the last day of every single month. I live with my boyfriend in a 2-bedroom apartment and we split a lot of expenses. Some of the expenses I pay on my own and you'll see that reflected in my budget. So November for me is gonna be a pretty chill month budget-wise. I feel like there's not any crazy expenses that I'm looking towards. I'm trying to save for Christmas shopping because I want to be able to get my family some nice gifts. And then I'm also trying to look into Black Friday because I want to buy a couple of things. I have my eye on a couple of things for Black Friday. So I'm also putting money aside a little bit for those expenses. But jumping into my first check, like I said, I bring home $2,222 in this first check, and this is going to be broken down by expenses, sinking funds, savings, and then like my spending money. And I do use my own personal spreadsheet on Google Sheets to budget every single paycheck. I've been doing this since 2021. It's just one I designed. It's very simple, but I use a zero-based budgeting system in order to budget every single paycheck. I just like the idea of every dollar having a job. I feel like that's always been like such a good way of going about things, so you're not like losing track of where your money is going. So jumping into expenses, my rent is $1,650 every single month. And of that, I pay $732. My boyfriend, he pays the other segment of that. I like to split my portion of the rent between the two paychecks. I'll be paying my Apple bill, which includes Apple Storage, Apple Music, and Apple Care, and then car insurance and pet insurance. And so for my car insurance, I only pay $36 a month for it because I only have like the liability insurance. My car is a 2006 Honda Civic and it's fully paid off, and it also has a salvage title. It just made sense for me to only pay for liability at this time. And so that is $36. And then my Apple bill, which includes all of those things I just listed, is going to be another $27. And as you can see, there's 3 different dates on the actual spreadsheet that is listed next to Apple. And this just signifies the date that the money actually comes out on the account, because I like to have all my bills on auto pay. It works for me. I don't like to have to think about paying bills. I'd rather it just go ahead and take the money. And then the pet insurance is for my 2 cats, and that is $45 every month. And I've had pet insurance for them since they were kittens, and every single year it has gone up. They're about to turn 3 in November. Actually, the birthday is on the 7th of November. They're sisters, but yeah, I'm kind of expecting that to go up very soon. But for now, it is $45 for the cat's health insurance. Okay, now jumping down to savings. I am not actually saving technically anything this pay period, but I am investing $500. I've made it a goal to invest $1,000 every month of the year, and so far I've been doing great. And it's the 11th month of the year, so might as well finish strong, continue down this road. So $500 will be going to my Fidelity account towards my investments. And I'm actually super proud of my investments this year. When I look at my investments over a 1-year period, they have over doubled. So I really feel like, I've been investing well and trying to capitalize on where the market is at this time period, because I know it's up and down. I'm not an investment guru by any means at all, but I have managed to grow my investments to $50,000, which is such an accomplishment. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. But at 29, I forgot to mention, I'm 29. At 29, I probably should have more, if we're being honest, but I'm still very proud of that little 50K. And I don't know why I'm saying little, because that's a lot of money. but I know in the investment world, that might not be considered a lot of money. But to me, that's pretty good. So I'm proud of it. And then we're gonna jump down to sinking funds. I have a couple different sinking funds and I have separate accounts for every single one of these sinking funds. It kind of automates things and helps me have to think about things less, if that makes sense, because everything's already split up. If I'm spending something on groceries, oh, guess what? That money comes out the groceries accounts. You know, it just makes it a lot easier for me. But the first sinking fund that we're going to put money in on this pay period is beauty and health. And this is money that I use for any type of beauty treatments, like get my hair, my nails done, or anything like that. And I'm gonna put $30 from this paycheck into my beauty and health sinking fund. And then next is my car sinking fund. This is simply a car savings account, and I contribute $75 from every single paycheck into this account, so nothing changes. I'm gonna move $75 from this paycheck into this account. And then the next sinking fund is my home savings sinking fund. And me and my boyfriend, we each contribute to this sinking fund. Put $80 every single paycheck into this sinking fund. And so I'm gonna go ahead and move my $80 from this paycheck into this sinking fund. It is a joint account. We're hopefully saving to move when this lease is up, but also saving to buy a house in the future. Right now that account is like at $2,500, so not very close, I guess, to buying a house, but you know, those funds will be useful in the future when it comes time to move, or you know, to put that towards a down payment as it grows to be more. All right, and the next sinking fund. This one is a little bit, I don't know, I carry a little bit of shame with the next one because I feel like I spend too much money like historically on traveling and vacation, but I continue to do so. So I don't know. But anyway, my vacation savings account, I'm going to be contributing $320 to this savings account or this sinking fund this period. And the reason for this being is because we are going to Disney World at the beginning of December. And honestly, it's not a very expensive trip. My boyfriend, he covered the flights, but that was $247. And then after that, we split expenses. And it's going to end up being like $600 each for the tickets and the accommodations, which I don't think that's too bad for 2 days at Disney. We're doing a day at Disney, a day at Universal, but I don't know why I just grouped it under Disney. But yeah, so we have that trip coming up. But also outside of that, I'm turning 30 next year. Me and all my friends, we're turning 30 next year. And with that, everybody wants a birthday vacation. Of course, who doesn't want a 30th birthday vacation? So I'm trying to save to make sure that I can make as many birthday vacations as I can, as well as plan my own and my boyfriend's. And I'm thinking about going to Brazil in January. Not for anybody's birthday, but maybe like a little solo trip. I don't know. The ticket is like $500, which isn't cheap by any means. I know that, but I haven't had a solo trip in almost 2 years. And I'm one of them people that I like solo trips. I've been to 5 different countries on my own currently. And let's make it a 6th. I don't know, let's make it a 6th. That's how I'm feeling right now, but I don't know. So I'm just putting that money in there and just gonna sit there to build up for the vacation expenses that I plan to accrue. And then my grocery sinking fund, this is just the grocery money that I put in there for my groceries every 2 weeks. I split groceries with my boyfriend, but I like to have this count set at $300. So the $150 that I'm moving into there is just like a preset number. It may be more, it may be less, but usually my groceries ends up being less than $150 every 2 weeks for myself. Like, I'm talking about my half of things. So $150 towards my grocery account from this pay period. Ooh, so blushy, very cute. All right, and then gifts. I plan to spend $850 on my family and friends for gifts this year. And I know that seems like a big number, but I do have 5 nephews and, you know, sisters and brothers. I have 4 parents. I have a boyfriend. I have, like, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of people that I try to get things for, though that number seems ridiculous. It just works for me. So with that being said, I'm going to be putting $262 from this pay period into the gifts account, and that money will be spent on Christmas gifts. And then the Blazing Viper account, these are my 2 cats, and they eat, poop, sleep, and we have to pay for that. The cats live a luxurious lifestyle and somebody has to fund it. I'm just playing. Their stuff really isn't that high, but me and my boyfriend, we split all the expenses related to the cats. And I'm gonna be putting $30 into that account to cover any type of food and litter that we need to buy this month. Then lastly, I'm gonna be putting $300 to my personal spending account and try to make do with that. So I want to go ahead and jump over to my second paycheck of the month. Not much changes with this paycheck. I get paid the same amount, $2,222. There are a couple of things that differ with this paycheck as far as what bills come out during this pay period. I would like to designate $65 for my utilities to my bills account to pay for my Duke Energy, which is just like my electric bill here. The second half of my portion of the rent will be $366. Amazon Prime, that's gonna be $16. And then Planet Fitness, that's gonna be $10. Again, I'm gonna be putting $500 into my Fidelity account, and that's gonna go to a large cap index fund for investing. $30 is gonna go into the Beauty and Health Sinking Fund again. We're gonna put $75 into my car sinking fund. $80 will go into my house savings sinking fund. And then another $300 is gonna go into the vacation sinking fund. Like I said, I'm just gearing up for 2026 to be a very fun and whimsical year of traveling. So with that in mind, that's why it is getting, you know, a lot more money than it probably should be getting, if I'm being honest. I do realize that there is a privilege in being able to save for traveling and being able to travel. So I'm definitely aware of that, and I'm so appreciative of, you know, having a job that I'm able to do these things. But also I worked very hard for this. So I'm gonna, you know, take advantage of the free years that I have before I have children where I can travel. So groceries, this is gonna be another $150 from this paycheck into there. And then gifts, this is $100 into this account for Christmas shopping. And then another $30 into the cat's account to just pay for any of their expenses. And with the last paycheck, I will be having $500 of personal spending money because I get paid. The money will actually hit my account on Black Friday, and I plan to do a little bit of Black Friday shopping. Nothing too crazy, like I'm not going crazy, but there are a couple things I've had my eye on and a couple things I've actually been saving for. I've kind of want an espresso machine, and then the DJI camera that everybody has, like a little cute one. I want that. I know these are like expensive things though, so I'm like, I don't know, I have $800 set aside for Black Friday shopping already that I've just like saved over the last couple of months. And then also another thing is I've been eyeing is a Dyson blow dryer. I don't know, they have one for like black girls now. It's called like the Kanata or something. If any of you have used that, please let me know if you like it, because I don't know, my hair, it could use some magic. And they said Dysons are magic apparently, so we'll see. If there's a good sale, I'm definitely gonna consider it, but right now it's just kind of like a wish list item. After all that, we're left with $0, and so we successfully designated every dollar to a job and every dollar to a specific account. And so that wraps up my November budget. Thank you for watching, and please let me know any changes that you would make if this was your budget, or anything that you would suggest that I do. But yeah, I finished my makeup. It's kind of just like a chill Sunday, so not really doing too much. So it's just like honestly like a little slight cute beat. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.